how much did the middle recension develop and add to the short authentic letter? Well, the middle recension is more than twice as long as the authentic letter to the Ephesians. More than twice as long, roughly about 125% larger than the original document. That is a lot of changes. I mean, something that is twice as long is a huge amount of addition to Ignatius' letter to the Ephesians. These scribes were adding entire verses and also entire chapters, but they were also taking some of the original sentences and they were lengthening them or adding to them or putting additional words in those sentences. So if you actually have a copy of the middle recension, you can Google it, you can find it online pretty easily. This is what was actually added to this that was not in the original version of Ignatius' letter to the Ephesians. So if you're taking notes at home, this is actually what was not original when you're reading the middle recension. So all of chapter 2 has been completely added. Chapter 3, verse 1 has been added. Part of chapter 3, verse 2 has been added. The entirety of chapters 4, 5, 6, and 7, all added. Part of chapter 9, verse 1 has been added. All of chapter 9, verse 2 has been added. Part of chapter 10, verse 3 was added. All of chapters 11, 12, and 13 are completely added in the middle recension. Chapter 14, verse 1 is also new. Part of chapter 14, verse 2, part of chapter 15, verse 1, chapter 15, verses 2 and 3 are all added. All of chapters 16 and 17 were added. Part of chapter 18, verse 1, 18 verse 2 was also added. Part of chapter 19 verse 1, all of chapter 19 verse 2, part of chapter 19 verse 3, and then the final two chapters, chapters 20 and 21, were all added. All of that stuff was added to the original version of Ignatius' letter to the Ephesians. And you can see why the middle recension is now more than twice as long than what the original authentic short Syriac letter was actually saying. And you could see there large sections, multiple chapters. And again, these chapters are 2 to 3 verses long, but still, that is a huge change and development from the original version. The tampering that actually took place with this is not at the scope of just like the scribes had added 1 John 5:7 or the long ending to the Gospel of Mark. Again, you are more than doubling the size of an original document with all of these additions and these corruptions. That's basically what they are. You are corrupting the text by more than doubling its size